All right, Congresswoman, I have your permission and I am now recording, correct?
Yes, that is fine.
Okay, great. We're talking about Haiti. You are Haitian American, right? I believe your story is you are the first, only currently elected U.S. Congressperson in Congress right now who is Haitian American, correct? Or something like that.
Yes,
Okay.
the first Haitian Democrat.
What are your thoughts as, forget politics, right? Forget the elections, forget all of that stuff. As a human being, as someone who, is Haitian American,
Tania, this has to be like the best interview of our lives because what they are doing for us not to get this interview in, this is gonna be the best thing in our lives. Well, it's still going. It's still. Tanya, you can see me, right? There's no problem, right? You can see me?
You're frozen.
I'm frozen. Okay. All right, hold on.
Okay,
Tanya.
wait, there you go. There you go. Okay. Hold on. All right, there we go. Unfrozen. Okay, I never stopped recording, so we're still recording. Okay. So my question was, as a human, right, who happens to be Haitian American, politics aside, what are your feelings on what you're seeing happening on the island right now?
It's devastating, but I think I'm just like angry at this point. We have been calling for the prime minister to, put together a transition government, to do something when it comes to the games, to work with the United Nations, to work with us. The frustration just has been increasing. But now that we've come to this place where it's in total disarray and we see more and more fear and killing, and the number of killings and deaths from the games have just become so high that it angers me and it frustrates me. And in no way should Prime Minister Ariel Henry return back. And we need to have a transition government right now. But we have to secure the island for the people. They deserve to live in peace. They deserve to live in dignity. And we have to get this mission off the ground.
You had a briefing today at 11 o'clock. What can you tell me that came out of that? That's hopeful for the people. I'm sorry.
Well, what's really came out that I think is hopeful is that for the first time, we feel like we're really making headway towards actually putting together some type of transition government without the influence of Ariel. Now, we've come to this place before, and it hasn't been, it didn't work how we wanted it to work, and we're still here. However, what gave us hope today was this is the first time where we're actually putting all the pressure on him. At this point, no one is trying to keep him there. No one's trying to protect him. I say that the gloves are off. We're putting all the pressure that needs to be there for him to start doing a transition. I wouldn't say resign, because resigning without having a transition group present would only create a power vacuum. And we don't want to create a power vacuum. We don't want to strengthen the games. And we want to make sure that this transition is going to be safe and accountable, and make sure that democracy can be achieved. But the truth is, democracy cannot be achieved if we don't have stability, if we don't have safety, if we don't have the people feeling confidence in who is leading the country. And over again, the Haitian people have said that Ariel Henry is not legitimate, and they didn't feel comfortable with him. So this is the time for us to make the reality for the Haitian people that they have safety and a transition government.
So they're saying Ariel Henry is not legitimate because he wasn't elected. He puts in a transition, that person won't be elected either. They want a democratic election. We go from someone, go ahead, I'm sorry.
Well, not exactly. The Ariel Henry's Prime Minister Ariel Henry, his illegitimacy doesn't come from elections. It was the process and the procedures that were being put in place for him to actually become prime minister. They were never completed. And so that's where the legitimacy argument comes in. But in addition to that, even after he became prime minister, most of his time has been spent outside of Haiti, flying around to different places. When we brought different things to his attention about security, trying to make sure that we're preventing a famine in Haiti, these things weren't priorities on his list. When we talked about even negotiating, how can we have a transition government? It took months for him to say that he wasn't going to run, that he would not run for president. So if you understand how Haiti is in a dire position, how they're weaponizing rape against women, children, and even boys and girls, I can't imagine that you would stop a transition government because you want the possibility of being president. The whole thing to me has been completely selfish. When we see what Haiti is today and what it was before, there's no reason why anyone would stand in the way for your own selfish needs. And that's what I think has been most outrageous about Ariel, and what has made more people feel like this is not the president for us. And then when you combine what the gangs have been doing, there's no reason for us to continue to have him there, because he has been part of the blockade from actually having governance.
Kenya is a point of contention, and Kenya is supposed to be coming in. The funding is blocked. Will it be free? Will Kenya's forces be paid for? Where does that stand?
Well, it's interesting all around, right? When we look at the people who are actually opposing intervention, the leading groups who were opposing, it seems more and more like these groups were opposing any kind of security intervention, really because they wanted to be part of the transition government. But now that we have a transition government, they're saying, no, we need to have a security mission. And so, to me, from the beginning, I just couldn't understand why anybody would say, let's hold up a security mission. Because at the end of the day, every day that we do not have a security mission, those are people's lives who are dying. Every single day, the clock is ticking. Every single day, there's a potential that the next death might be your family member, my family member, or someone close to us. And every single day, we're watching our legacy just become ruined in Haiti as a Haitian diaspora. And so that's why it becomes even more serious. So the conversation of Kenya leading, I think that's something that we have to put into perspective. We are doing all the safeguards and all the vetting to make sure that this is a successful mission. But I think that we can't be trying to find the perfect solution, because perfection doesn't exist. What we need to find is a solution that we can continue to work out and protect as many Haitian people as possible. Today on our briefing, one of the things that they mentioned were from January to now, there's been as many Haitian people who died as who have died in Gaza. But we're not hearing that. If you look at after the assassination of Moise, how many Haitian people have died? So how could we sit here and think that we shouldn't do anything? How could we ever sit and think that we shouldn't fund? So one of the best things I think that came out the meeting is us understanding that the funding needs to be provided now, and that we need to be able to work bipartisanly. So I'm happy that we can go and talk to our Republican counterparts and really pressure them and let them know the situation so they can actually make the funding happen as soon as possible. So that's really what our goal is in these weeks, is to make sure that we can release the funding and start saving Haitian lives.
Are you in favor of U.S. troops coming into Haiti?
No, we're not looking at U.S. troops, because right now the international community has committed to putting an international force together that will come in and protect the Haitian people. I think with the U.S.'s background and the mistakes that have been made in history, we just have to walk and be very gingerly about our interactions and how we're actually moving forward with Haiti. I think one of the biggest differences that we have in dealing with this situation, not only do we have a Haitian American who's part of the conversation, but we also have more CBC members, more members of Congress who come from different backgrounds, that allow us to now avoid some of the pitfalls that we saw, not just in Haiti in the past, but even in African nations. And that's why we've been really leaning into the safeguards, especially with the Haiti Caucus and also the Congressional Black Caucus. What are the safeguards that need to be there to protect Haitian people? And what are the safeguards that need to be there to protect democracy? That has been number one on our list. And so I think as we're moving forward, we're getting closer and closer to achieving that goal, but nothing is perfect.
I'm asking, this is probably my final question, or one of the last questions. I've been talking to Haitian Americans who are on the ground in Haiti. They say tonight, everyone is armed and they will be sleeping with their guns close to them. That's how dire the situation is, which is unfortunate. One of them lives in Broward County, is one of your constituents. And I told them that I would be interviewing you. What would they like me to ask? And I'm paraphrasing here. The question is, what will it take? Because I want to paraphrase it properly. For the U.S. politicians to give us a chance?
Well, what I would say, I mean, it breaks my heart that, they feel like that, but we have been fighting. I personally have been fighting for Haiti for the first day that I walked in. Last year, December, after getting briefed by the UN, the first thing that I called for was for that intervention. And we've been fighting every single day with the UN, hand in hand with the ambassadors, UN ambassadors, the international communities, to put together an intervention to come and save the Haitian people. So it's not an issue of convincing us if, to give Haiti a chance, but it's more so how. And so every day that's gone by, every 365 days of the last year, and these 3 months that have gone by, and watching this mission not to be getting off the ground, watching, Haitian Americans who are living in the United States, opposing an intervention while people are dying in Haiti, it really has been breaking my heart. So as far as it comes to US politicians, we are with you. We are doing everything to make sure we pull Henry out of this, Ariel Henry out of it. No one is propping him up. The US is not propping him up. If anything, we need a Haitian-led solution, and we're doing everything to make sure that that actually comes into fruition. So I think that has been the goal. The bigger question for me, and for other people who may not be releasing the money, other members of Congress who have not released the money, is how many lives need to be lost? For me, it's personal because I am Haitian American, and I know that I'm the only one here, but everyone has to put themselves in my shoes and understand if that was your parent, if that was your community member, and they were sitting there for now more than a year, living in violence, seeing, children being recruited to be in gangs, seeing sexual crimes against women, what would you do at that point? How much longer do you have to live like this, especially in our backyard? This is a huge security risk. And so we all have to take it as that and do something immediately. And we're fighting every day. And hopefully we'll get to there soon.
I quasi-lied when I said it was the last question. This one probably is, and I'm going to combine it because I promised you it was going to be the last. TPS will eventually run out. The Biden humanitarian parole program is 15 months into potential 2 years. The airports aren't even open right now, right? There could be potentially a migration, I don't want to say problem, but an influx of people coming over here. What is your position? As the law stands right now, they go back. What is your position on sending these people, Haitian Americans, or Haitians, because they're not Americans yet, back to Haiti, considering the unrest that exists?
Well, there should be no deportations. That's a question and an issue that we actually talked about today in that meeting, was to make sure that there are no deportations. As of now, what we were told by the State Department was that the flight that was supposed to go to Haiti has not. So there hasn't been any flights going, but there should be a letter coming out where we would be asking for any deportations to Haiti to stop until Haiti becomes secure. And so that is definitely on our list to ensure.
And that is news I could use. The promised last question, and it's the easiest. Is there anything I didn't touch? Anything you want to say that I did not ask?
The biggest thing I would like everyone to know is that, we have a responsibility as Americans and as Haitian Americans, and just, as a leading force in this country, to help our neighbors. And us being able to help our neighbors does not take away from our greatness as American. As in fact, it actually amplifies it. And so we have to take this responsibility seriously to help Haiti in its time of need. And I'm hoping that we can all come to a consensus and release those funds in Congress.
Thank you. Hold on, let me stop recording.